On my way. Sorry. We are brothers from other brothers. Welcome to Unsung Ages. BFOM makes history. We have some good news. Chancellor Yang and the school allowed us to give credits for being in BFOM. 2 credits. So, as a result, some people here are required to give a presentation as their final project for a grade, you know? So, each of these guys up here are going to be presenting something for a grade, except for Kyle, who took it pass or no pass. Which he passed, so kudos. So without further ado, Ian, let's hear your presentation.
So I wanted to start with some origin myths, because you know we gotta start from the beginning. So we start with Genesis 1, right? So the earth is formless, void. There's, you know, you can read it for yourself. But God needs to make something, and so through this wonderful creation story, ultimately he gets to one of his finest creations, in my opinion. He gets to man. So God created man. That's cool.
Perfect, man.
You guys are in for a treat tonight. Maybe that's funny. That's good. Sweet. But man was lonely, so God said, I'm going to give you a partner, and he made BFOM, and it was good. So thank you guys very much. Yeah.
Now I was gonna do some presentation on peacetime and the golden age, but Kyle found me in a back alley and he punched me in the calf and made me do a promotional.
I'll make that mistake again.
Made me do a promotional thing for Brothergrams. So for those of you who don't know, Brothergrams are a service that our group gives you. You pay us, and we come sing to whomever you like, friends, enemies, whoever. Actually, like a lesser known thing about history is that there have been a lot of surprises across history, and you're talking school that there's all kinds of surprises, right? But in reality, there's only one, and that is the deliverance of a brothergram. So, you might not be aware of this, but all the major historical occurrences where one party is surprised another has really just been a way to deliver them a brothergram. For example, the Trojan horse was actually just a gift for the Trojans, and back in the Cold War, West Germany wanted to get East Germany a brothergram, but there was no stage to perform on, so they made the... Really? Come on. So they built the Berlin Wall overnight as a stage for us, and then Britain got the colonies a brothergram, but Paul Revere spoiled that prize. So get a brothergram. Money for songs. It's wonderful.
Like right now, you can press it once.
Oh.
And now you're ready for yours.
Thank you. So the year was 1692 in Salem, Massachusetts. What? No, Salem, Massachusetts. It was Massachusetts, I swear. I looked it up. And Hogwarts just introduced their EAP program. So a bunch of wizards and witches, they came to Salem, and me and my relatives, well, not me, my relatives, all of them, they were not cool with this, and they wanted to combat the EAP students from Hogwarts by accusing them all of
well, rightfully accusing them all of being witches. They're all me. We got Donnie-pedia, we got Donkey-pedia, we got Danky-pedia, we got Elbowed in the Face-pedia, we got all the other ones I don't remember. They're all like, yeah. Hamish, Derpy-Paderpa. That one's my favorite over on the far right. I like him, he's pompous. Alright. So that's my presentation.
Kyle? Yeah. Will these slides be on Gaucho Space?
No, so you're all required to stay and come to every lecture. No eye clicker. No, there's no eye clicker, so there you go.
Okay, so during the Cold War, there was something called the space race, and it was between us and Mother Russia, Soviet Union. And well, we got there first. Let me tell you that. And America, USA, America. All right. And but a lot of people dispute the authenticity of this photo. They say it was a hoax, a political scandal, sure, yeah, a conspiracy, if you will. Yeah. But it's totally true. This is totally true. And the only faker in this whole thing is the guy in that suit, Buzz Armstrong. You see?
Infinity.
That's right. Now, the real astronauts didn't want this publicity their whole lives. They just wanted to walk on the moon and go about their daily lives. So we hired this dude to take all the credit, but he's been messing facts up for decades now, and no one knows what's going on. So I'm here. I've extracted from the NASA databases a picture that no one else has seen. You'll be the first. So the real moonwalkers were me. And Nolan was there too. So, thank you.
It's not, no. I didn't, that was a mistake. That white slide was heinous. It needed to go. I don't understand. Okay. So, what everyone is seeing here, yes, it is Napoleon Corton Bonaparte. Yes. And, yeah, you're right. We are from a family of centaurs. All of us are half horse, and we happen to be in some historical moments. Here's a picture of my Uncle Jeb. He's, yeah, there we are at the family reunion. The centaurs line goes way back. I just hide it really well, so thanks for not noticing my horse legs. There. Oh.
So I assume all of you are familiar with our lovely town of Isla Vista. And not many binge drinking during the Prohibition. And BFOM was actually responsible for the end of Prohibition. What we did was we invited FDR and a few key legislators out to Isla Vista.
And he came.
And yeah, he actually, yeah, but we don't actually have any pictures of FDR. The government requested that we not show pictures of FDR partying with college kids. But this is...
FDR can drink.
No, boy, but from this very cup in 1933, when the amendment was ratified.
Taking points off.
December 3rd. Do it.
The longer you talk, I'm taking points off.
The very cup that FDR himself drank from when he visited that fateful night.
No, it's not Josh.
It is Josh.
It's David. I promise you it's David.
No.
No, the paper is wrong.
Okay, so I'm really bad at history. I just took this for a GE. So if I get some of my facts wrong, please don't make fun of me, because he'll know, and then he'll knock off points. So, some point, probably like the 1500s or something, America won their independence from Britain. And, probably some, like Columbus did it, right? Anyway, that's why he's on the dollar, yeah. So, you guys are not doing a good job. So, at some point, there was this guy named George Washington.
Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver. And George Washington really liked hot pot pie. So one day on Christmas, and probably around 1648, George Washington, it was Christmas, and he really wanted some hot pot pie, so he had a bunch of soldiers craft him a boat and sail across Delaware. It just says Delaware. That's a state, actually. Most people don't know that. It's a state.
You're right.
And it's right next to Vermont and Florida, I think. And sailed across Delaware. But it wasn't actually George Washington. It was Kyle Leone. Fancy that. And here's an actual accurate representation of a painting you may have seen. When BFOM crossed Delaware. Yeah. To get hot pot pie.
Hot pot pie!
Yeah.
I don't have much time. Going into the concert today, I was approached by a brother from the future and was zapped into the future to help them out in their current struggle. And so what's happening right now? In the future, BFOM becomes so huge that other acapella groups and even countries at times begin to persecute them and to attack them just for almost no reason. And so BFOM finally creates its own country called Swain. Shortly after Swain was founded, aliens came down to Earth and they were peaceful at first. Nothing was happening. They were peaceful. And then Swain decided to send out a brothergram. As Mason was talking about earlier in this very concert, sometimes brothergrams just aren't taken the right way. And these aliens thought it was an act of hostility and immediately counterattacked. Shoot. Okay. So right now, Swain, under General Pupito, is currently leading assaults and counterattacks back on the aliens. And we're trying to win the war, which is what I'm here for. But there's one thing that you can do to prevent all of this from happening. I know this sounds absolutely insane, but you need to kill Danny Padilla.
That was not part of my presentation. Please don't dock points for that.
Wait till after the show. Must be really awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know we had a project to do, so.
Final project.
I looked on Wikipedia real quick, so I know it's real.
Not the final project.
Yeah, so I found this on Wikipedia, And Wikipedia is it's a credible source because I wrote the article, so I know. Long ago, in one of the Dakotas, I don't know, it was
West.
West, I think it was Southwest Dakota. Southwest Dakota. West, that's what it was. In West Dakota, some important people wanted to build a monument to BFOM. Because we were there for our retreat, and so it was great. I remember it like it was 1,000 years ago. I don't know when it was, but see what happened was back then they didn't have photography, which is crazy because I would have thought they would have photography back then. Well, here's the thing: the guy who was building a monument, had to do it from memory because there was no pictures, and it was just one guy. He didn't have like a construction team or anything. It was just one guy, and so what happened was it was supposed to look like this. That would have been cool, right? Mount BFOM. But I don't know. He forgot what we looked like, and he carved presidents or something. I don't know. And they called it Rushmore for some reason. And that's my report.
Hi. You. There.
No, I mean.
When you need to, you're ready. This guy's so nervous.
So you guys know the Beatles, right?
Yeah.
Popular, right? They were popular? Yeah.
Wait. You know the Beatles, right?
That's good because my project's on Beatles. How the Beatles, they had the 4 guys at the beginning, and then they got their contract, and then they kicked like a couple of them out, and those were actually BFOM members. So it's kind of disappointing. We could have been we were the starters of the BFOM.
Were we on some show?
That's it. We started the Beatles.
Okay. Professor. Circa. Hold on, I just want to get the historicity right. That's Wikipedia. It has biblical account and then historicity. Okay, so, that's the study of the history of, so it's like who discovered it. Okay. Yeah, so, long time ago, circa, who cares, in probably somewhere in the Middle East, there was a city of Jericho. The popular city of Jericho had these notoriously high walls and only one way in and one way out. I'm pretty sure Israelites lived inside of it, and they were, the Israelites lived inside of the city of Jericho, and they were oppressing the neighboring peoples, all the villages around them, and they had it. So the only way that they could think to show their disapproval was to march around the city for days, playing music, blowing on their horns, and making all kinds of noise for 7 days. This is an artist rendering of what that event looked like. You can see there is the walls of Jericho. So the important part of this story is that on the 7th day of blowing their horns and walking around the city, the walls came a-tumbling down. Like the walls of Jericho, as the saying goes. Like, oh man, that big guy that just tripped, he went tumbling down like the walls of Jericho. I've been saying this for years and nobody gets my reference, so now I'm forcing it on you. The important part is that, as we know, history has been influenced by many people, one of which was King James. The original Gutenberg Bible was mistranslated when the King James Bible was translated for English. And what happened was King James looked at a part of the scripture that said, blowed on their horns. But what actually was written there in in German, in the Gutenberg Bible, was sing their hearts out. Without the, they thought it was blowed, and then it turned out to be sang their hearts out through a cappella. Oh, what's a cappella? The singing without being encumbered with instruments. A pretty sloppy translation. And so this is a more accurate artist rendition of what actually occurred that day. Thank you. Birth to that song, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Jericho, Jericho, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Hallelujah!
So as you guys can see, I'm extremely prepared. I brought note cards so I wouldn't forget anything. Connor's presentation. No, that's the topic. Okay, so as you all know, this man is Leonardo da Vinci. Famous scientist, artist, inventor, cross-country skier, part-time gas station attendant, and according to some, a prophet of sorts. A lesser-known fact, Leonardo was one of the first brothers acting as president for a number of years. That's brothers from other mothers in Italian. So Leonardo, he was all about BFOM, and so he designed all these interesting flying machines and such to help facilitate some surprise brothergrams a la Mason. Bam! Here we have the Leonardo classic biblical depiction of the Last Supper. Notice the poor level of detail, the horrible degradation that's developed over the years. Well, recent efforts into restorations have uncovered that this is actually not a biblical scene at all. It is a depiction of one of Leonardo's prophetic visions, and it's not actually the Last Supper, but the last concert.